Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jehan AlHdawi.
Thank you, Sadi.
Welcome, Jehan.
Wow,
So
you
good to
made
have
me
you
blush.
with us.
You made me blush. Thank God, my skin is a bit darker.
Jehan, it's wonderful to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And as we just mentioned, you really have spent the last 2 decades smashing stereotypes in every way possible, and you've definitely been amongst the pioneers who've paved the way in both media and education. You have so many achievements, and I've been lucky enough to sit down with you and really listen to your phenomenal story, and I would love for the audience now to hear from you personally as well. What are the achievements that you are most proud of, and why?
Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the audience who, well, listen to this story. I am proud of all my achievements, but the closest to my heart is being the first Saudi to present the main news for NBC, being the first Gulf women war correspondents at the war, being at the war on front lines, taught me a lot of lessons.
This was the Yemen war, yes.
During Asafat al-Hazm, yes, true, at the Yemeni borders. So this experience changed my whole life, changed the way I look at people, changed the way I look and perceive life at large. I've listened to many stories there, women, children. I've learned a lot from people there, especially children. I remember vividly passing by a young boy swinging in a swing with a cannon right behind him directed at his head. And I had to stop the car, went out of the car, knelt beside him, and I asked him, "Aren't you scared of this cannon behind you?" And without thinking, without blinking, with all innocence, he replied to say, "This is my country's cannon, protecting us, so I shouldn't be scared." These small words coming from this young boy taught me a lot of lessons that I still keep and carry with me till this moment. So beside the lessons I've learned from each one I met there during 3 years, three months at the borders, it's about the achievements that I managed to achieve being there. Before I joined the team, the correspondents, my colleagues, the correspondents were male. So the story of the war at the reports back to the TV were told from a male perspective. So I managed to bring a different voice. My tone was more feminine, personal, focusing on kids and women impacted by the war. And for some reason, I became the reliable source for mothers asking me about their sons soldiers on the front line, and even passing some personal messages through me because they cannot get hold of them. So I didn't just report back then. I really acted like a bridge of connection. It's an experience of a lifetime for me.
It is incredible to hear those stories, and you're so right. We often talk about what does diversity mean in something like the media. This is what it means. It means a level of connection that is completely new and different and much needed.
True.
That was not there before, and you brought that. But to achieve the things that you have achieved, there has to be a powerful driving force. So who was it, or what was it that was driving you all that time? Because this is over decades. It's not just one thing that you've done.
Stop stressing on that. I feel so old right now.
I love that. Okay. We're so proud of that.
It's both, actually, who and what. So let's start with who. Who for me will always be my father. My father is my role model, my mentor. being the youngest among my siblings, he always had this soft spot in his heart towards me. Although he tried to hide it, being tough on me sometimes, putting a lot of challenges on, and teaching me how to overcome them. What's so special about my father is he believed in me, sometimes more than I believed in myself. Even the smallest thoughts, I would say it casually over dinners or lunch, mattered to him. He would come after and ask me, what is your plan to achieve? I said, what? I wasn't even serious. He said, no, it came from you. It means something, so let's plan. So I remember him saying, and his sound is so fresh in my ears, saying that it's not about being rebellion. It's not about going against things. It's not about raising your voice. It's about planning, choosing the right approach, and work hard towards it. So these are the lessons that I carry until this moment in my everyday career path. Later on in life, when I got my two lovely daughters, they became my greatest driving force. I tried hard to be their role model, paving the way for them, raising them with ultimate confidence to excel and contribute to this life. Now, the what part is bigger than a force to me. The what is a belief, my belief in the capabilities of Saudi women. I believe that we were born capable. We were born equipped, starting from home, the love, the passion, the bond, the pride that we receive back home as children, stepping out of home and facing the culture, the Saudi culture, with the lovely mix of courage, of pride, of generosity, authenticity. These are the fundamental elements that shaped us and made us stand out as Saudi women. I always say that you need no one to tell you that when a Saudi woman is behind something, whether in a place or a workplace or behind a project achieved, we just leave a very unique, captivating, unforgettable touch and impact, because we give it all. We want always to prove that we can do it, and we do it the best way it can. So yeah, this is who we are, and that's what really drives me every single day.
If anybody had any doubt about the things that Saudi women can achieve, this summit has to have certainly put all of those doubts to rest. But I love that you speak about your father and the way that he was always rooting for you and wanting to make sure that you were going to go out there and really achieve what you wanted to achieve.
It was a really weird combo. Sometimes he's so nice. I can see his face changes when I enter the majlis. Yet he's so tough at me when he started like speaking about planning and objectives. And thank God that he's my father. Allah yati sahha
Ameen, Ya Rab. Incredible. And now you're that for your daughters. You're the support for them to propel them further. And the countless women who have watched you on the screen as well. But you know, for so many of us who are lucky enough and honored enough to come to Saudi Arabia, to the kingdom, and to witness the phenomenal transformations that are taking place here, you know, we're just all so inspired by what's going on. We're inspired by seeing you and other women achieve such extraordinary things. But of course, we all talk about Vision 2030. How do you feel Vision 2030 has propelled you even further in your journey?
True. So 2030 is not only an inspiration, it's a reality we're living in. 2030 for me truly transformed what it means to dream and achieve in Saudi Arabia. It's more than opening door. It shortened the path to success. It's giving you the tools to aim higher. I remember before, achieving goals were felt often like an individual long journey. Now we have the government, you have organizations like Roshn, you have the whole nation walking alongside us women and supporting, encouraging, not even, they are celebrating our success. So what used to be done in 15, 10 years, now it can be done in only a few years. So to me, Vision 2030 created a powerful mindset change and shift, even to my inner voice. I have this little inner voice that I speak to myself every day to empower myself. It used to be before 2030, will I succeed? And now it changed the narrative of this voice saying, how far can I go? Now Saudi women are ambassadors in the most prominent countries around the world. They are flying planes. They are competing and winning in global international sports competition. They are leading in executive roles, whether in private or government sectors. And I cannot but mention this amazing, beautiful, inspiring lady who made us all proud by she flew to the edge space. So seriously, there is no limit for 2030, and it's more than an inspiration. As I said, it feels like we are not achieving individually anymore. Everything we are doing now, I feel it's like a part of something much bigger. So rather than it's an inspiration, I would say Vision 2030 empowered an entire nation to contribute, to inspire, to lead. Building a future reflects the strength and talent and potential of Saudi Arabia and its nation.
And the thing is, it's always been there. It's always been there.
True.
Now the world gets
True.
to see it, which is the most exciting thing. I know we say that the sky's the limit, but Rayana's already been there. In fact, at the last summit happened exactly at the time when she was in space.
True.
And we were in Riyadh, which was absolutely phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
We have to talk about Roshn because it is a company that is also backing women at various levels. So how are they supporting women at their various stages of their career?
Well, actually, Roshn, I will tell you, and kid you not, that it's one of the places that I once dreamed to have in Saudi Arabia. Women empowerment at Roshn is not just a statement, and it's not just a cliche. It's the DNA of everything we do, and it's so true. We have 32% of the total employees of Roshn being women. 11% of them being leaders, directors and above, and I would be honored to list them all down, but for the sake of time, I would mention Ghader Rumiyan, our GCMO, this phenomenal leader, and I'm blessed to be part of her team. This visionary leader put us on our toes every day, empowering us not only to achieve, but to lead, not only to lead, but to lead in perfection. And this is on a personal thought. She is my mentor. She's been my mentor and role model in personal level and professional level before I even joined Roshn. Nasreen Al-Dosari, our group chief leading HR, she is the true power force behind Roshn. Got certified for 3 years in a row as the best place to work, and this year we won best place to work for women.
Incredible, well done.
So I don't know, but what's really cherished to me is the culture also itself, the culture of Roshn, culture of inclusivity, of equality, where
you also have the program that brings women back into the workplace as well.
I would just about to say that.
I love this.
So
I'm over
so
excited,
there's a lot of initiatives that Roshn implemented. There is a lot of phenomenal, innovative approaches and programs that Roshn developing every day and still developing to empower women. But coming back to this program, it's the return and AlHdawi, which is a program, one of its kind, empowering women, not only in the workforce, but bringing back the women who had stopped their career for some reason, like they getting married or having kids. So they or this program equips them with the tool needed, building the confidence for them again to rejoin the workforce and contribute to the country. And myself, I have brilliant colleagues working at Roshn, doing amazing job, graduated from this program. So back to the culture of inclusivity and equality. It's a place where our voices are heard. Our achievements really matter. So what a Saudi woman can be prouder of being a part of organization responsible of elevating the quality of the lives of millions of Saudi by developing innovative, integrated communities. Roshn brings a new way of living to Saudi Arabia, enriching the lives, enriching how people play and work and live. So I cannot be more empowered, more proud, walking every day, knowing that my little tiny contribution is achieving the vision of my country. I cannot be more empowered, and for this, alhamdulillah, I'm thankful.
I wouldn't say it's a tiny contribution. I would say it is a giant contribution. Jehan, thank you so much for sharing your incredible, inspiring story with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Jehan AlHdawi for an incredible session.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. And I know so many of us in the audience are so inspired because we look to you and the women around you, and we see that anything is possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sari.